How are you all? Today I am going to talk about a very important subject. Teens are really facing this problem very seriously, and this problem is regarding their laziness. So, today I am going to tell about what is laziness according to brain and what is the cure for it. And it will be so interesting to know that what exactly causes the laziness. So, let me explain you that. See, our brain is like a computer. There is one sensory cortex. What that sensory cortex does? That takes the inputs from our mind or senses and decides whether to act upon it or not. What happens in the brain of the person who is active? That sensory cortex is very active in active person, and so when the information comes in sensory cortex, it decides to take the efforts to act. And what happens in a lazy brain or a lazy person's brain? That sensory cortex takes the stimulus or accepts the signal, but it just tries to ignore the action because it feels lazy to take the efforts to take the action. So, is there any cure for it? And can we cure our laziness? Definitely yes, we can cure our laziness. And laziness is nothing but a habit. Laziness is nothing but our dopamine system is disturbed. Laziness is nothing but to become active. So today I am going to give you some tips how to activate our brain and how to kill the laziness. In Ayurveda, there are very simple tips to cure the laziness. Number 1, Ayurveda says clean the senses every day 3 times a day. What does it mean? The 5 sensory organs, our eyes, our nose, our ears, our tongue, our skin. When we clean that, our intelligence become active and the sensory cortex which is going to take the action. So that sensory cortex become active. It is a very simple way. But what is happening nowadays? We are actually making our senses lazy because watching a television is making eyes lazy. Watching video games or playing video games, these are actually inducing procrastination in our brain because our brain gets satisfied without doing any efforts. And if you are not motivated by the rewards, how you are going to take the efforts or do the hard work? So there was a research for the school going children of age 14 to 17, and in that research the scientists have found that when the students of two groups were given some task, and one group was given some like information that after the task they will get the reward, and the other group was not informed that way that they will get reward or like that, and they were astonished or they were wondered why the group even with the temptation of the rewards they didn't perform well. Nowadays, teens are not motivated by money. They are not motivated by any challenging task. They are not motivated by like anything. They don't feel it, the thrill in it, and that's why they become lazy. So, my first suggestion or my first say in this case will be stop making your senses dull or inactive. You must be wondering why we watch television with our open eyes and we see that and we consume that all information. Why it will make us lazy? The thing is that when you watch television, your brain waves go in a new state that is called as new brain waves, and that status of mu status that actually creates a laziness in the brain becomes dull. So if you want to avoid the dullness, laziness, procrastination, you will have to be active. And to become active, my first tip was that clean your senses. How you will clean with the water. When you put some splash of water on your face, you feel refreshed. You know that actually activates the sensory cortex of the brain. Second thing, go for a walk. Walking actually helps the sensory cortex to become active, so that helps to improve your intelligence also, and that actually makes you ready for the hard work. So walking helps you to reduce the procrastination. Number 3, drinking a warm water. So you will say me ki, yeah, we drink a lot of tea and coffee and different beverages, and we drink hot water through that. So that hot water is useless. Why? Because that hot water is having a caffeine, and that caffeine actually dehydrates your body, and that actually makes you more lazy. And so the most simple remedy for that is use drinking warm water daily, at least 5 cups a day. How that helps you to keep yourself active? You know what is laziness? Laziness is cold. So when your body temperature slightly increases, that laziness wipes out. So when you drink plain lukewarm water, that helps you to reduce the laziness, to reduce the fat, to make the mental energies active, and to detoxify the body. So this tip is really very useful, and that really affects to shed or to get away or vaporize the laziness. Number 5, be mindful. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is becoming awake every moment. Laziness is nothing but a slipping of mind. So when your mind becomes awake about your potential, you can see 1,000 ways to get your dream fulfilled, or get your reward, or get a satisfaction of your mind. So you should have a clear mind, and that clear mind gives you a clear moment to moment view, that is called as a mindfulness. And not only a clear mind is important, decluttered your space, because cluttered space actually induces laziness in your brain. So to be organized is to be active. So organize your thoughts, organize your space, organize your clothes, organize your books, or whatever you are having in your space, organize it. Because when we organize it, our sensory cortex become organized, and when we are having a clutter, our sensory cortex get a lot of pressure of that clutter, and it just dumps all the thoughts of activeness and hard working. So try to be decluttered and mindful in order to reduce the laziness. Then there are some junk foods which actually induce the mental laziness, especially oily food and very spicy food. They actually create a very slowness in the metabolism, and that slowness in the metabolism actually gets converted into the laziness. So first of all, to stop laziness, to kill laziness, to overcome the laziness, you will have to act. And to act, it takes efforts. And don't get fear or the stress of action. Your baby steps also can give you a rewards after some time, because it is just a small momentum to get rid of that laziness. Once you get the rid of laziness, you can achieve anything, because that momentum will give you such a push that you will be able to act in a different dimensions, and you yourself will feel that your energy has increased multifold. So I don't feel that my laziness is creative. To be creative and to energize yourself in a multifold way, you need to cut the laziness. And to cut laziness, you need the willpower, you need to act. May these are the small acts, but they will definitely help you. Then reducing weight definitely helps to reduce the laziness. In active lifestyle, that getting up early, walking daily helps you to reduce the laziness. So thinking is also a very hard work. Many people are lazy to think. So why? Because they are always finding the easy way out, and thinking, they feel that it is very having efforts and hard work. So many people try to avoid the thinking, and they just try to accept the status quo, or they are ready to work under the people who are actually thinking, and they try to follow their thinking because they are too much lazy to find their own way, and because of that they become slave. So if you do not want to become slave, if you do not want to become poor, if you do not want to become unhealthy or with many diseases, and if you do not want to become depend on anybody, to be independent, you need to get away from laziness. You should get rid of laziness ASAP, because it is actually spoiling your health, wealth, mind, your all relations, and your confidence and everything. So be a busy bee and don't be a lazy person, because you can turn with these brain facts lazy to busy. So I hope you have absorbed or selectively chosen some tips which I told you. You also can share your experience and your tips, so that our other friends also can get more and more pepping feeling and active feeling to get rid of the laziness. And my friends, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because we are forming a very nice group, and I am getting such a nice compliments and such a nice kind of motivation from all my viewers and all my friends. So I request you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and there is a bell icon. Just press that bell icon and give me your suggestions, feedback. I'm waiting for it, and your involvement in my YouTube channel is definitely going to help yourself also, because I am going to put the pearls of wisdom of neuroscience and Ayurveda daily. So stay tuned, be happy, and get rid of laziness as soon as possible. I wish you a good luck for that.